justice and her search for the daughter she misses every day.
And joining me tonight to talk more about this case is criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Eric Faddis. Eric, great to have you back on the program. Although it looks a little bit more like your younger brother now that you've shaven all your facial hair off. But good to see you. Almost didn't recognize you. I want to put the text message between Daunte Lucas and his mother up on the screen for everybody, because I think this is a key piece of evidence. I'm going to make sure she didn't leave anything in the house, is what Daunte says. Mom says, "Are you okay?" Daunte, "Yes, I'm 100% positive she's not pregnant." Mom, "Are you ready for a smoke and a pancake?" Daunte, "Heck yeah, LOL." This is the part. "Let me get her out of here." This is a day after she goes missing, Eric. Is this the smoking text right here?
It's clearly suspicious, but I think that one important point is it's open to multiple interpretations, right?
Give me another one. Give me another one, because everyone who's watching knows my interpretation of that is that, yes, she's not pregnant because she's not alive. Got to make sure she didn't leave anything here because I don't want any evidence that she was here. And number three, let me get her out of here because I've got a dead body. What's the other interpretation?
Hey, look, that's a reasonable interpretation, no question about it. But in putting on my criminal defense hat, you start to think to yourself, was there a potential breakup before these texts were sent? Did Kelsey come down, meet with Daunte, lay on him this very heavy news, and did that cause a rift in the relationship? Is Daunte saying in these texts, I need to remove any semblance of my ex-lover because it's too painful, I need to get her belongings out of my house? Is he saying in these texts, to his mom, I need to get rid of her, I need her out of my life? Daunte was a young man, and to hear that your girlfriend is 8 weeks pregnant is jarring, could potentially be very jarring for him. And so is that the motivation behind the text? That's something that will definitely be argued at trial.
Oh, absolutely. And another part of this is the fact that she's never been found, right? So do you think it's a challenge for prosecutors to have this jury convinced that she's dead? I mean, we haven't heard anything from her. I mean, there's no sign of her at all. There's no way that she's just going to, I mean, her and her mother were close. I mean, this was a mother and daughter that were extremely close. So do you think that is any bit of a hurdle here, the fact that they don't have a body?
Oh, Vinny, I think it's an incredible challenge. They need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt to 12 jurors that she was murdered in cold blood. And they don't even necessarily have evidence that she's dead, let alone that she's murdered. Hey, look, people up and leave their a fixed life and move to Panama and live on the beach and things like that. These things happen.
Wait. But you don't get up if you're going to move. You're going to leave your car.
I mean that's a fair question, but some people just pick up and get the heck out and start a new life. The prosecution is going to have to convince this jury that that's not what happened. They're going to have to show in some fashion that Kelsey was dead and that Daunte was the one responsible for it. And that last piece, her decease is not an absolute. And so I think the prosecution has a substantial hurdle in establishing that part of a homicide charge.
All right. How about Daunte Lucas, the woman who's carrying his child, the woman who he's had a relationship on and off, but a relationship for years with, goes missing, and he doesn't lift a finger to try to find her?
It's certainly inculpatory. It's certainly suspicious, isn't it? I mean, you would think that Daunte Lucas would be at his wit's end, taking every measure he could possibly think of to try and find his pregnant girlfriend who has his child inside of her. At least according to the reports and articles that I've reviewed, he did none of that. But I think we also got to consider that there's no playbook for how to respond when a loved one goes missing. Daunte Lucas was a young man, and just because he didn't act exactly how we all might expect him to act does not mean that he's guilty of first-degree murder.
Right, but he did act like someone who's guilty. At least that would be my interpretation, my argument. We'll see what the jury does.